Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tournament 18 for real this time of Omega Beyond the Horizon. My name is Cameron Coldcloud and I will be your host for this evening. Scooch a little bit, there we go. Last week, we had Sam Folsom, I believe. He was your last man standing. He, the only man to get to Niflheim that tournament out of the freaking 3 people that got to stage 3, or stage 7, sorry. He failed the first jump up the monster climb. Kind of an early end to the tournament. And also, we never had a final that week, which sucks, because the final streak is now over as of last week. But, hopefully it'll happen tonight. There have been a lot of adjustments to the course, and especially after the absolute bug fest that was 17.5 a few days ago. I sincerely apologize for that. Hopefully it won't happen again, but unfortunately I can't promise anything. This Ninja Machine likes to crap it up. But yeah, I'm doing this on a Saturday because, again, the aforementioned bug fest, one of the buggiest tournaments ever recorded in the Ninja. But yeah. Last man standing was Sam Folsom. LWS was Olivia Vivian. This woman standing. Last chatter standing was Jack Andrews. Which means he is now the all-time record holder for the most LCS wins in Omega. He's done it 4 times now, which is insane to think about. But yeah, jackpot currently stands at $1,520,000. And for those of you who are watching this for the first time, how this jackpot system works is that it starts at $800,000 and increases in increments of 80 grand for every tournament that there isn't a content or someone doesn't beat the course. So 80,000 or 800,000, 880. 960, so on and so forth, until we get to this point where we're currently at over $1.5 million. $1.5 million. And look at that. If we go for like a month and a half longer, we're gonna be at multi-million-dollar jackpot for the first time in our history. But yeah, the only time it's ever been won was pre-nerf Jay Lewis, who was an absolute freaking superhero. But yeah, enough yapping. It's actually time to kick this freaking thing off. Stage 1 is a test of our competitor's neurological function, or in layman's terms, a test of the brains. It's cyberspace. It consists of 6 obstacles, and as of now, it has a time limit of 180 seconds. Full send from Muso. Do a big old run into a big old jump across a big old gap to a big old airbag on the other side. Rope Labyrinth. An easier version of Rope Maze. And the difference is there's a zip line where the rope is hanging from, making it significantly easier to traverse through the maze. Hawkeye Road. Remember the Hawkeye from Viking? Now there's 3 of them, with a bigger cylinder with each Hawkeye and a rope climb after each one as well. Memory Tower, kicking off the back half of the stage. Power Tower, but with booby traps. You gotta memorize where the booby traps are or risk getting DQ'd, and that would suck. Bioclock. Essentially, Viking, you press a button, then you press it again in as close to 10 seconds as possible. The margin of error is only half a second. We're gonna see a lot of runs stopped here. But if they somehow do pass it, and they basically clear at that point, they'll reach Pythagoras. During the increased time limit, this may be cleared too, for all we know. You're on a conveyor belt there with 8 gates. With each gate, you must correctly answer a 2-digit addition or subtraction equation. With each correct guess, you move on to the next gate. With every incorrect guess, you get a 10-second penalty, which is going to cost you a lot of time here. If you somehow clear this stage, The furthest fastest wins $5,000. If you clear the stage, you win 50 grand. Top 80 advances. Bottom 20 is out. So with that in mind, it's time to kick off this stage and this tournament. For real this time. It's been a few days and 4 recording attempts. Hopefully nothing stupid will happen this time. Yuta Yamashita kicking this thing off. Saving on full send. Kicking off with a fail on memory tower. It shells. Pretty good. Might be good enough to move on for all we know. Former LWS, Taylor Green. Saving on full send, but failing on Hawkeye Road. Is that going to be it for her? I don't know. Alex Romer. Definitely last place on Hawkeye Road. First of the Hawkeyes. Not the run he wanted. Member of the Black Tigers. He had his breakout performance in Sasuke 42. Yuta Nakashima. Youngest person ever to reach stage 3, and Memory Tower takes him out of it early on. Philip Scott, host of Muso. Nearly the end of Memory Tower. The loose cannon, RJ Roman, saving on full send. And he gets all the way to gate 7 of Pythagoras. We're definitely getting a clear tonight. Elijah Browning. If anything, it's because of that extra 5 seconds. Elijah Browning getting to gate 6. Good lord, these insane runs early on. RJ Roman retains the lead for the moment, but Elijah Browning at a close second. Hikaru Mori making her first appearance since Tournament 7. First attempt in OMEGA². Saving on Hawkeye Road, but failing on the Memory Tower. Here comes the debutants. There's a lot of them. Max Springer being the first one tonight. Saving on the shells, but missing out on Bio Clock, or Pythagoras, by a quarter of a second. Former LCS, Bo Lewis. He did in Tournament 9, if I recall, saving on Memory Tower, but failing on the shells. Karen McCarthy, and by the way, we also have Radium and Coffee helping with stats. Very much appreciated. Saving on Sea of the Ledges, and getting to gate 6 of Pythagoras. Karen McCarthy, strong competitor for sure. Charles Albert, and I've been told in an earlier attempt of the recording, he does really difficult climbing routes barefoot. Very impressive. Bio Clock, 0.04 of a second, stops him from reaching Pythagoras. Captain NBC, Jamie Ron, saving on full send, but failing on Memory Tower. And again, there's only 20 eliminations in this first stage. Hans Hertz. He's a very strong competitor, as demonstrated by 17.5. Well, it didn't count. Missing out on Pythagoras by 1/10 of a second. It's gotta be frustrating. James McGrath, the Beast. One of the veterans of A&W. Certainly of Chatters. Certainly of Ninja Machine. Gate 3 of Pythagoras. Nothing to scoff at. I believe he was the first Proto Sasuke champion, if I recall. George Paker.
James McGrath was the first champion,
Paker out of it on full send. Making her first appearance since Tournament 1, Mai Watanabe. Oh, 400 or 800ths of a second short. Another name we haven't seen in quite a while. Alexander Worm is out on full send. That nerve is really kicking his ass, dude. His first appearance in Tournament 5, not the run he wanted. How the hell is the debutant Sri Morgianto gonna respond? With another fail on full send. I think I can count the fingers of one hand how many times that's happened. 2 full send fails in a row. That's gotta be frustrating. Curtis Tran breaks the full send streak but fails on Hawkeye. Samuel Hebert, another debutant. Seemingly a very strong competitor, getting all the way to Pythagoras after a save on Memory Tower, timing out after a 10-second penalty on Gate 4. I believe, yep, he was already out of time by that point. Cameron Drake, another debutant, hailing from the United States. Saving on Hawkeye Road. 3,300 stops him from attempting Pythagoras. Alexander Cox. Saving on Rope Labyrinth. Or no, that's a save on Folsom. Memory Tower. Takes him out of it. Mark Julius Rodelas. And I apologize for any mispronounced names or visual errors that you might see or hear throughout this broadcast. Apologize in advance. Bioclock stops it. Again, that's going to be a killer for sure. All's one, another shatter. Hawkeye Road. Not the run he wanted. Olivia Lopez. Another debutant. Saving on Hawkeye Road. Getting to Pythagoras on your debut is very impressive. All I'm saying. Nothing to scoff at. Just outside of the top 5. 0.14 on Bioclock. 10-second penalty on gates 1 and 2. She times out, or multiple 10-second penalties consecutively. She times out on gate 1, I believe. And that's gate 3. And ladies and gentlemen, here cometh the Folsoms. Starting with Phil. While Barnbird's watching on as he's out on Hawkeye Road. Excuse me? That is a shocker. That is an absolute shocker. Jackson Twait. Saving on full send. And he's stopped by Bioclock. Ruben Boris. I believe he made his debut a few weeks ago in Tournament 16. And he gets to Pythagoras. 0.29 on Bioclock. And he gets a 10-second penalty on Gate 2. Host of Ninja Warrior Worldwide, Topaz Neo. Hawkeye Road takes out another chatter. Yuri Broken, former LMS in Tournament 9. Saving on the Sea of Poles, and he's stopped by Bioclock. 0.65. Austin Gray. I believe he's been to stage 6 in Tournament 8. As is like 20-something people, which is stupid. Saving on full send, but not enough to save him from a fail on Hawkeye Road. Simon Brunner, trying to set a new personal best for the first time since Tournament 1. When this whole thing kicked off. Saving on Rope Labyrinth, but failing on the Memory Tower. And here's a name we haven't seen in a minute. Leonardo Calderon. His first appearance since Tournament 4, and he's out on the Sea of Poles on the Memory Tower for save on the Warped Wall. Leo Provo. Another chatter. Saving on Hawkeye Road, and again, out on Memory Tower. Again, nothing to scoff at for a chatter. Christian Hart. By the way, if you want to see these tournaments and maybe even participate in them live, you can join the Ninja Masters Discord. Link in the description. We have people like ranging from Leo Provo, Donovan Lusher, and myself, to even A&W competitors like James McGrath, Sean Bryan, and Joe Morawski. Christian Hart. Oh. 1,300 stopping up from reaching Pythagoras. Isabella Folsom. That Phil's fail earlier. I don't know if it'll be enough for him to move on, but how will she respond? Very strong performance thus far. She gets all the way to Gate 7. After saving on Gate 4, I believe. And 0.05 on Bioclock. That is impressive. Speaking of chatters, Donovan Matoyer. He's been on A&W. the classy ninja, as you may have heard him called. Saving on the warped wall on the memory tower, but failing on the ledges. Tommy Matthews. And yes, I did mention that I am a chatter in Ninja Machine, but I don't include myself in my own tournaments because I want to save a spot for someone who actually deserves it. BioClock stops Tommy Matthews in his tracks by a quarter of a second. The Papal Ninja Sean Bryan, who just had his streak, Rope Labyrinth, takes out the 3-time consecutive LCS. One of the most successful chatters in Omega's history. I was about to say he just had his LCS streak broken by Jack Andrews last week. And now he may not even get past stage 1. That's gotta be frustrating. The ace of the Black Tigers, Yoshiyuki Yamamoto, trying to get back to the back half of the course. And wow! The run to gate 8 stops him in his tracks. He times out at the run to gate 8. No, I don't want to update him. The Texas Ninja, Vance Walker. Maybe our first clear on Pythagoras in our history. This is once on the warp wall. That's probably going to prevent it from happening. 0.08 on BioClock. He did get a 10-second penalty on gate 2. And he times out on gate 4. Oof, costly mistakes from the Texas Ninja. But again, nothing to stop at getting that far into Pythagoras. Still in the top 10 for the moment. The Salaryman, Ryosuke Miyoka, former LMS. And he's out on Hawkeye Road. He may not move on to stage 2 at this point. I mean, there's a chance he won't even make it past stage 1. Oh, God. Can't catch a break. Ramses Valdez. Never mind. Rope Labyrinth. Can't even say cool facts about him because he's out of it that early. Host of Sasuke Divine Wins, the Shingo superfan Emily Montague is out on full send. I believe she was technically a former LWS, but she is listed as a chatter, so yeah, she did it in Tournament 9. Although, to be fair, I'll have to check to be absolutely sure. Luke Beckstrand, and somehow his brother Kai didn't even make it in the roster. Will be our first clear? No, he won't. Gate 7. But very close. And instead of the time limit on cyberspace being 175, it is now 180. 180 seconds. Yeah, Luke Beckstrand currently in second place. Runner-up for the moment, Dave Cavanaugh. Saving on Rope Labyrinth. Failing on the memory tower, though. Keitaro Yamamoto. Saving on the ledges of the memory tower. Getting a 10-second penalty on gate 4 of Pythagoras, and that'll cost him the rest of his time. Here's the first of our finalists. And a 3-time finalist. The only other person to do so is Jay Lewis. Tyler Smith, the technician. There tonight, saving on memory tower, but stopped on BioClock by 0.03 of a second. Rounding out the first half of the roster, co-host of Omega, Donovan Lusher. And another chatter is out on full send. Not the run you would have wanted for sure. Sorry, Donovan. Satoshi Kanno, Sasuke 23 finalist. The only finalist in Shin Sasuke's history. Stopped on BioClock by over a second and a quarter. The Circus Artist, semi-finalist, Sasuke finalist, Renee Castle. And he's out on Hawkeye Road. If we lose Ryosuke Miyaoka, we're losing him too. For sure. Another debutant, hailing from Sweden, Matthias Andersson. Ooh. 3/4 of a second away from the margin of error. But again, bio clock, very difficult. A lot harder than it looks, for sure. President of the Japan Parkour Association, Jun Sato. He's been to stage 7, but he's never been to the back half of stage 7. And he's out on Hawkeye Road. Miyaoka, Renee, Sato, all out on Hawkeye Road. If we're losing one, we're losing all of them. Cheyenne Raya. We're losing so many. You may be losing so many big names early on. And for a chatter, I will say, getting to gate 3 of Pythagoras is very impressive. And a save on Memory Tower as well. At the end of Memory Tower, Cheyenne Raya, very strong run. Dennis Vadik, another debutant. He's out on full send. Yeesh. The Kingdom Ninja, Daniel Gill, 2-time A&W champion. Oh my god, gate 7. That was absolutely flawless of a run. And he still only got to gate 7. We're getting a clear. It's going to be one of the strongest competitors in the world for sure. Nestor Carmona, meanwhile, trying to make his presence felt in Omega. Saving on Hawkeye Road. Missing on bio clock by 100th of a second. Yikes. Another debutant, Jackson Polasek. 0.13 on bio clock, but he makes a save on gate 2 and times out on gate 4. Very impressive for the debutant. He's definitely made his presence felt in stage 1. Not in the top 10, but close. Yuchen Xiao. One of the better performing chatters in Omega 1. A save on gate 3, and he times out on gate 5 of Pythagoras. The lone rep of Taiwan. Very strong run early on. Making his first appearance since tournament 12. I haven't seen that name in a minute. Ilion Sharif, first international competitor to attempt vertical limit burst and merely a champion of Ninja Warrior France, but denied by Clément Gravier, who is now a Omega finalist, and he times out on gate 7 of Pythagoras. First man to attempt stage 6 of Omega in Omega 1. And A&W finalist Knox Agaramore. We get to Pythagoras, and he gets to gate 7. We're getting a clear tonight for sure. For all we know, it may be this man, Jake McClintock, who barely made it to the back half of stage 7 in tournament 10. Nearly made it to Niflheim. 700th of a second stops him from reaching bio clock. He definitely had the time. He probably could have cleared if he made it past bio clock. Misha Sheenan. Never mind, the debutant is out on Rope Labyrinth. Avintan Chong Kwang, known rep of Singapore. Oh, 1400ths on bio clock. Another returnee, Brooks Bieber. Saving on Memory Tower, and again, stopped on bio clock. 300ths this time. Yeesh. Judith Carroll. We haven't seen her since tournament 3. And in order for a new personal best, she's got to reach bio clock. No easy feat, but we know she can do it. She does! And she gets the new personal best by one obstacle. As I always say in Omega, it is a tale as old as time. When you get a new personal best, yay! But by one obstacle. Kevin Carbone, how does he respond? With a save on Rope Labyrinth and a fail on Memory Tower. Amir Malik, saving on Rope Labyrinth, stopped on bio clock by a few tenths of a second. Kai Diol trying to make it to the back half of the course for the first time in their career. And actually pull it off tonight. Memory Tower stops them in their tracks. Will it be enough to move on? Potentially. We'll just have to wait and see. Jones has announced Dumont Cell, the Lion, He's out. Wow, that was a rough run for the Lion. A save on Rope Labyrinth and a fail on Hawkeye Road. An early exit for the Lion. We haven't seen him since Tournament 14. That's definitely not the run he wanted. Kurtz Nieko. One European to another. Ooh, 0.04 on Bioclock. Saving on Gate 2 and timing out on Gate 4. And here's a big name we haven't seen in a minute. One of the stronger competitors of Ultimate Beastmaster, former last man standing in Proto Sasuke, Felipe Camargo, our lone rep of Brazil. Saving on Hawkeye Road, getting to Gate 5 of Pythagoras after not being around for 10 tournaments is nothing to scoff at. Very impressive return for Camargo. Abel Gonzalez. Well, nearly a half a second away from the margin of error. A full second away from the margin of error on Bioclock. Gardzielski. Memory Tower takes out another shatter. Karen Capriotti, former LWS. She did it fairly early on in Omega 1, if I recall. She did it in Tournament 6. Saving on Full Send, Hawkeye Road takes her out very early on.
That's so hard.
Hello, people. Jason Behrens. Saving on Memory Tower. Jason Behrens getting to Gate 6. Barely reaching the top 10. Definitely enough to move on. And here comes our champion. Jay Lewis. WNL champion. Our only champion of Omega. And he stopped on Bioclock by a half second. Strong run, though. Again, Bioclock is a lot more difficult than it looks. Ray Vinica. We haven't seen him since Tournament 7. This is his first attempt in Omega 2. Saving on Hawkeye Road. And he stopped on Bioclock by 1600s. Oh, nice. Last chatter standing from last week, the man that broke not only the LCS record, but Sean Bryan's LCS streak, Jack Andrews. Trying to take back the record for the farthest progress for a chatter in the tournament. Memory Tower, again, very difficult. Samiyach, former LMS. And here's where we're going to start seeing eliminations. Stopped on Pyro Clock. Vadik is out of it. Donovan Lusher is unfortunately on the bubble. But, I mean, at least he's not first eliminated. Still, second can be eliminated is kind of sad. Lusher's on the bubble. Evan White running next. Maybe the man to eliminate him. And he definitely is. Gate 6. Saving on Gate 3. Nope, Gate 2. What am I talking about? Lusher's out of it. Montague's next. The Ninja Machine host cannot catch a break on this course, dude. Max Gunna. Never mind! Gunna's out on Full Send. Where does he usually fall? I don't remember. I know very early on. But
yeah, well, I believe in his, he has been struggling with stage 2 before, thanks to Rainbow Road, and in one of his, he missed out on stage 3 by one spot, but he did reach Nail File. Yeah.
But, I mean, stage 1, yikes. All I can say, yikes. Tom Alberti, Max Gunner cannot catch a break, dude. Alberti, saving on Hawkeye Road. And now Emily Montague is eliminated. Tri Mardianto is on the bubble. Ryosuke Miyoka is guaranteed to move on. Mardianto, another debutant, is about to be out of it. Potentially eliminated by the inventor, Brett Sims. You haven't seen him since Tournament 12. The grandpa there. Sea of Poles takes him out of it, but he eliminates Mardianto. Alexander Worm is on the bubble. And now for one of the most successful performers on Sasuke Prime, getting all the way to 3.6, Isaiah Thomas. Most third stage appearances in Sasuke Prime as well. 100th of a second separates Isaiah Thomas from Pythagoras. That has got to be frustrating. Again, Bioclock is a lot more difficult than it looks. Worm's out of it. Paker's on the bubble. Yusuke Morimoto, the Prince, 2-time Sasuke champion, 5-time Sasuke finalist, saving on Hawkeye Road, and he gets to gate 3 after multiple 10-second penalties. Scraped by into Bioclock, bit of a rough, Pythagoras, a bit of a rough ending there. Saving on Memory Tower, reaching Pythagoras by 200th of a second. 2 10-second penalties on gate 1. But he still got all the way to gate 3, still in the top 20. He eliminates Paker, but Shane on the bubble. Colton Skooster running next. Hawkeye Road stops Skooster in its tracks. He may be out of it soon. Sheenan's eliminated. Ramses Valdez is on the bubble, and Jun Sato is now guaranteed to move on. Jackson Erados, most recent NSC champion, #1 ninja in the world at the moment in terms of stats. Multiple saves on Memory Tower, and he stopped on Bioclock. Valdez is out of it, and Sean Bryan is on the bubble as we move on into the 90s. Starting with Anton Fomenko. Memory Tower. But that will do it for Sean Bryan. He's now out of it. The Papal Ninja will not be a 4-time LCS. Won't even get close. Romer's on the bubble. Clément Gravier, our newest finalist, did it a few weeks ago. Kicking off last week's top 10. He's out on full send! I'm sorry, what? Clément Gravier, our most recent finalist, is out on the first obstacle. Well, I mean, someone's potentially happy because they're moving on, but Gravier, yikes. Flip Rodriguez. And oh my god. 1, 2, a save on gate 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, the run to gate 8. He eliminates Alex Romer. Zoltizanon's Dumel Cells on the bubble. Renee Castley is now guaranteed to move on because of Clément Gravier failing on full send. I mean, I always say if one of these guys chokes, somebody's moving on still. Another finalist in Enzo De Ferrari Wilson. The fact that a finalist just failed on the first obstacle does not bode well for Enzo. You gotta believe there's a lot of pressure on this dude right now. Saving on full send. Gate 6 of Pythagoras. Enzo De Ferrari Wilson gets to gate 6. Zoltan's Dumel Cell is out of it. The Lion is out of the equation. Curtis Tran is just gonna miss out on stage 2. Renee is guaranteed to move on as we move on to Loic Fortier. Trying to prove himself as not a one-hit wonder. Stopped on Bioclock by a quarter of a second. Tran's out of it. Alt 1 is on the bubble. These chatters cannot catch a break on these first few stages. It's ridiculous. Renee Castley still guaranteed to move on. Your last woman standing from last week. Now a 2-time LWS, Olivia Vivian. The strongest women in ninja history. Memory Tower takes her out of it, though. Eliminates Alt 1. Puts Austin Gray on the bubble. He's just going to miss out on stage 2. Will not be getting back to the back half of the course. Max Feinberg. Memory Tower. Eliminates Austin Gray. Puts Colton Scuster on the bubble. Fastest ninja alive. Noam Jr. Saving on Hawkeye Road. Somehow no clears on cyberspace yet. Bioclock stops Jr. in his tracks. Scuster's eliminated. Phil Folsom is on the bubble. Oh my god. This early. He's just gonna miss out on stage 2. Scheibler. He will definitely be eliminating Phil Folsom. Putting Topaz Neo on the bubble. Again, Ninja Machine hosts cannot catch a break, dude. Castley still guaranteed to move on. Scheibler probably moving on, is definitely moving on as well. Yannick. Will he beat? No, he will not. Gate 6. Neo's out of it. Corinne Capriotti will be P61. Unless Sam Folsom chokes on the first few obstacles. Here we go. Your last man standing from last week. Sam Folsom. Saving on Hawkeye Road. And he gets to Gate 7. No winners tonight on cyberspace. And that'll round out stage 1 with a perfect fade out right at the end of the stage. And I believe... And whoever's first place... that is Yoshiyuki Yamamoto. So he does win $5,000. And no clears tonight on cyberspace. But yeah, how many women left? Taylor Green, Mori, McCarthy, Watanabe, Olivia Lopez. Folsom's moving on. We have Judith Carroll. Anyone else? Olivia Vivian. 7 women left. How many chatters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, because I went right past the Matoya. 10, 11. 11 chatters left. I believe several women left. Still got a long way to go. Killer of the stage is Bioclock. By a factor, even more so than Pythagoras. Damn. By a factor of 6. Bioclock taking heads. Really starting to show its teeth here. Pythagoras, though, in a close second by a factor of 6.
And you had 6 people who reach Hawkeye Road move on, while D7 less didn't.
Damn. That's got to be frustrating. But yeah, stage 2 in a moment. Get some sunscreen on, folks. We're going to the beach. It's Scalding Shores. It consists of 7 obstacles and is a power stage. Kicking things off is the Galleon from Viking. You must carry a bar with heavy weights on either side on your shoulders and walk across a spinning platform with 3 protruding segments. Then you must run 0.2 miles to Lunar Impact. Inspired by the version from the Titan games, you move a heavy wall on a swivel across a semicircular bridge. Another 0.2 miles to the Gallon Throws. You toss big old barrels over really tall walls, or progressively taller walls. You must do it 3 times. Another 0.2 miles to Gyuxo Conveyor, the unfailable version from Sasuke, directly into the warped lumberjack from Proto Sasuke. a warped wall with a short lumberjack climb at the top. Then one more set of 0.2 miles to the wall tower. 5 walls, the first and last of which are lifts. The middle 3 are flips. It starts at 30 kilograms and increases by increments of 5 kilograms each, starting at 30 and ending at 50. And there are multiple levels of this obstacle, hence the name wall tower. And for the vertical transitions, you must climb up a pole to reach the next level. And at the top of the wall tower, you'll find Rainbow Road from Ultima Kunoichi, an arched balance beam that you must traverse in under 20 seconds. And again, no time limits. It's all about your time. You gotta be the key here is a combination of speed and conservation of stamina. Top 60 advance. Bottom 20 are out. Again, another 20 eliminations here in stage 2, which is going to kick off right now with Yuta Yamashita. Kicking things off with a 654. Farthest fastest, by the way, gets $10,000. And if you break the record, which is currently set at 6:14:27 by Asa Reynolds, you win $20,000. Should probably make it 25 now that I think about it. Taylor Green follows that up. One fail on a warped lumberjack. She gets a 721. Good news so far. It does say she's in second place. No excuses this time, Ninja Machine. Yuta Nakashima. 728. Radium, I think we're good.
Okay, yeah, that should be good.
I think we're good. Philip Scott. Host of Muso. Failing at the end of Rainbow Road. Fourth place out of 4. Not where you want to be. The loose cannon, RJ Roman. This is once on gallon throws, and I'll give him a 7 minutes even. Does not break the record set by, I believe, Yamashita. Elijah Browning. 702. Yamashita still holds the record. Hikaru Mori. This is her first attempt on Scalding Shores. Missing once on gallon throws, she gets to 711. Around the middle of the pack, I believe. Max Springer. 727. The run that the debutant would have wanted. Bo Lewis. He's been here before. We know he can handle it. 708. Middle of the pack. Not too bad. Kara McCarthy. A save on a warped lumberjack. She gets a 707. Yeah, I think we're good with the print run. Charles Albert. Debutant getting a 726. Definitely not the time we would have wanted. Again, the key here, as we move on to Captain MC JB Ron, it's a combination of speed and conservation of stamina. Saving on Galleon, getting a 707. Your stamina will be drained by the end of the stage. If it's not at least at like 12 or 10% by the time you get to the end, you're a stamina god. Hans Hertz. And failing on Rainbow Road is the finalist from tournament 17.5, which is the one time it's unofficial. The Beast, James McGrath. 716. Mai Watanabe. Missing once on gallon throws and getting an 823. Her return might not be lasting much longer, unfortunately. Samuel Hebert, meanwhile, held a debutant fair. 656. An easy second place for the debutant. Very strong run from the Canadian. Cameron Drake. I'm kind of curious about this Samuel Hebert. Seems very strong. Cameron Drake, though, failing at the second half of Rainbow Road.
Yeah, I like to know Hubert doesn't do Ninja 2.
Ooh, oh,
Like, no,
boy.
he was able to like get a sub-city. Well, he actually wanted to Dubai Games. Yeah.
Oh.
So
That's fair.
yeah.
But again, a sub 7 time on Scalding Shores. If that isn't an indicator of a strong performance, I don't know what is. Alexander Cox, meanwhile, another debutant. 722. Around the lower end. Mark Julius Rodelas handled the heat. 719. Around the middle of the pack. Still not where you want to be, though. Olivia Lopez, how will this debutant fare? Missing twice on gallon throws and getting a 755. I can't believe we lost Phil Folsom this one. That sucks. Jackson Twait. Failing at the end of Rainbow Road, he would have gotten a 646. He would have broken the record. Or gotten the fastest time. Dude, that's gotta be frustrating. Ruben Boris. Saving on Galleon. An 827. Whoa, that might be it for him. Slowest time thus far. Not where you want to be. Yuri Prokinin. We've only had 4 fails thus far. Yuri Prokinin will not be one of them. 637. In fact, he takes the lead for the moment. Yuri Prokinin. Strong start this tournament. Austin Gray. His first time attempting Scalding Shores. 701, just missing out on the sub 7 club. Leonardo Calderon. And we haven't seen in a minute. He does get a 1721, or 721, sorry, not 1721. There would be a 1 there. Leo Provo. Oh, the chatter fair. Not great. He had an 8-minute time regardless, and then he went on and failed Rainbow Road. Right at the end. That has got to be frustrating. Kristen Hart. Chatters cannot catch a break. I always say on this stage, it is pretty much completely chatter-proof. Because barely any chatters get past this. 712 for Christian Hart. Just missing out on the top 10. Here come the Folsoms. Isabella. Missing once on Warped Lumberjack. And that cost her a sub 7 times. 704. Donovan Montoya, saving on Galleon, gets a 723. We're on the lower end of the clears. Definitely the lower end of the clears, but could be a lot worse. Tommy Matthews. Saving on gallon throws. He gets a 648. Definitely second place. Yoshiyuki Yamamoto. 641. Saving on Rainbow Road is the ace of the Black Tigers. Texas Ninja. Vance Walker. Saving on Galleon. Getting another 648. Putting him in third. Very strong performance from the 2-time A&W champion. Ryosuke Miyaoka, meanwhile. 644. These guys are quick. We're getting so many semifinalists in a row now. Luke Beckstrand. 639. Is that? No, it's not. A few seconds shy of the record. Less than 2 seconds, I believe. Dave Kavanaugh. Missing once on gallon throws. And failing on Rainbow Road. Not the run he wanted. Rough run. At the end there. Keitaro Yamamoto. 730. Oof. Tyler Smith. Here comes the technician. 642. Around 5 seconds away from the record set from the fastest time. Saving on Warped Lumberjack as well. Kondo. 721. Not Too bad. Renee Castley. Saving on gallon throws, and he gets a 657. Makes it into the sub-7 club and into the top 10 for the moment. T.S. Anderson. Very new to this course. Ooh. Bottom of the pack with an 807. Saving on Rainbow Road as well. With a rough end. Jun Sato. He's out on Galleon. Jun Sato is out on the first obstacle of this stage. We're losing another semifinalist. Cheyenne Raya. And they're out on the second half of Rainbow Road. That might be it for them. Kingdom Ninja, two-time A&W champion, Daniel Gill. Saving on gallon throws. Getting a sub-7. 656. Nestor Carmona. 719. Around lower end, but still. Polasek. On the middle of the pack, though. All things considered. Warped Lumberjack. He does get a miss there. And save on Rainbow Road. He puts him at an 816. One of the slowest times, unfortunately, so far. Yuchen Xiao, how does he respond? With an even worse time and a fail on Rainbow Road. That's going to be it for him. For sure. It's not Abitan Chongquan. That is Ilion Sharif. Whoops. Missing once on gallon throws and getting a 711. Knox Agarmore, A&W finalist. Getting a sub-7 and putting him safely into the top 10. Jake McClintock. Ooh, save on gallon throws and a 645. Less than 10 seconds shy of the record. Now it's Alvington Chongquan. One miss on gallon throws and 8 minutes even puts him around the bottom of the pack. Again, 20 eliminations. You do not want to be in the bottom of 20. I'm assuming we're going to have a lot of chatters there. Brooks Bieber, that's what tends to happen. Brooks Bieber just misses out on the sub-7 club. Judith Carroll. Saving on Warped Lumberjack. And failing at the end of Rainbow Road. Yeesh. This course doesn't get any easier. Kevin Carbone. 2 misses on Warped Lumberjack prevents him from reaching the sub-7 club. 7 even. 1700s away from the sub-7. Amir Malik. 1 miss on gallon throws prevents him from reaching the sub-7 club. 702. Kai Diol. And they do get into the sub-7 club with a 653. A chatter is in the top 10 fastest runs on stage 2. But I can probably count on the fingers of one hand how many times that's happened, or how many chatters have pulled that off. Nieko. Good as a Gordos Nieko, 733. On the bottom of the pack there. Camargo. Whoa, not much better. Actually even worse, 735. He's gonna need a miracle in order to move on. Abel Gonzalez, because usually I don't think we've ever gotten more than 20 fails on this stage. Gonzalez. 838. Oh my god, that sucks. That's gotta be frustrating. Very low on stamina. Again, your stamina is going to be drained by the end of the stage. And stage 3 later on. For different reasons. Gardzielski. 710. Around the middle of the pack. Jason Behrens. No! He fails at the end of Rainbow Road. I don't know how many fails we have 11 fails at the moment. Hold on. We have 11 fails on this stage, and I'm pretty sure a majority of them are on Rainbow Road. if I recall correctly, there's only 1, 2... Yeah, there's only 2 failable obstacles on the stage. And one of them is at the end of the stage, and you're literally no stamina for that. Jay Lewis, only champion. 642. First to be eliminated is Jun Sato. And Yuta Nakashima is guaranteed to move on. Yuchen Shao, meanwhile, is on the bubble. Brave Vinica. Jay Lewis eliminating Jun Sato is actually crazy. Vinica. Ooh. I don't know if that... will that be good enough for him to move on?
We'll have to wait and see if there's any more fails.
Yeah, that's really close. If there's even one more fail, he might move on. Jack Andrews. LCS from last week. Ooh, 703. Broken his record still stands. Eliminates Cheyenne Raya. Leo Provo's on the bubble. Here's where we're going to start seeing chatters get literally dropping like flies here. Shinor Samiyach. That's eliminated another one. Provo's out of it. 653 puts him safely in the top 10 for the moment. Judith Carroll's on the bubble. Keitaro Yamamoto is now guaranteed to move on. Or still guaranteed to move on. Evan White. Saving on gallon throws. 7-11 eliminates Judith Carroll. Puts Cameron Drake on the bubble. Tom Alberti. Gotta beat 730 in order to move on. Alberti's in the top 10 with a 650. Cameron Drake's out of it. Jason Behrens is on the bubble. 7 even. Nope, he failed Rainbow Road. What am I talking? Brett Sims probably not going to be getting many fails from him. Brett Sims is definitely going to be one of them.
And Boy Wanaka will move on.
Damn. Just like that, the inventor, the grandpa's out of it. And Vianica's guaranteed to move on. And after a save on Wharf Lumberjack, too. Damn. Isaiah Thomas. 644 puts him at 7th. Eliminates Dave Cavanaugh. Britt Sims is immediately put on the bubble. Yusuke Morimoto trying to be the man to eliminate him. And he will with a 650. Brett Sims is out of it. The host of Muso is on the bubble. Maybe about to be eliminated by the #1 ninja in the world, Jackson Eridas. Does not bode well for Philip Scott. Yep, 646. Goodbye, Mr. Muso. Jackson Twait's on the bubble. Vinica still guaranteed to move on. Anton Fomenko. We're going into the 90s again. 653. And Prokedin's 10 runs away from another $10,000. Hans Hertz is on the bubble. Damn. And in 17.5, he was our only finalist, and he's about to be out of it on stage 2. Damn. Flip Rodriguez. Flip. 1 miss on gallon throws. 650, though. That's definitely going to have to move on. He eliminates Hans Hertz. The chosen one is eliminated. Abel Gonzalez is on the bubble. Enzo De Ferrari Wilson, one of the only remaining former finalists. Missing once on gallon throws. Eliminates Gonzalez. Boris is on the bubble. Loic Fortier. And he fails on Rainbow Road. Fortier is out of it. The semi-finalist is out of the equation just like that. That quick. One fail, one slip-up will cost you on Rainbow Road. Olivia Vivian, last woman standing from last week, eliminates Boris, puts another woman, Watanabe, on the bubble. Götze Nieko is guaranteed to move on. He's happy. Max Feinberg, unfortunately, was at Loic Fortier's expense. Eliminates Mai Watanabe with a 702. Polasek is on the bubble, and now you just got to be a 733 in order to move on. Noah Munier, fastest ninja alive. 637, he snatches the record from Prokinen, denies him another $10,000 by literally a half a second. Actually spell his name right. There we go. Putting Matthias Anderson on the bubble and eliminating Polasek. And wait a minute. That Noah Jr. might actually be a freaking superhero. Radium, look at that. 637, fastest time by half a second. Nearly a quarter of his stamina left.
Oh my god. Yeah, that is crazy.
Munier is a freaking superhuman. I don't know what else to tell you. Scheibler. Saving on Galleon. 703. He eliminates Anderson. Alvin Tan's just gonna miss out on stage 3. Yannick. Saving on the end of Rainbow Road. Eliminates Alvin Tan. Olivia Lopez is on the bubble. Yannick, meanwhile, gets a 7 even. And it's gonna be either Olivia Lopez or Sam Folsom, who moves on to stage 3. And it is Sam Folsom with a 650. So with that, Noah Munier wins another $10,000.
And Felipe Camargo barely moves on.
Felipe Camargo squeaks into stage 3. Olivia Lopez, P61. Camargo, P60. Mieko, P59. And with that, Munier is P1. Reynolds' record still stands. How many women left? We got at least one, Taylor Green. 2, 3. We got a lot left. 4. We got Olivia Vivian still, correct? 5. So 5 women left. How many chatters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 women, 5 chatters. Stage Killer, Rainbow Road, as if it wasn't obvious enough. There's only 2 failable obstacles on the stage. And all of the top 10 except for Loic Fortier, damn, and Clément Gravier. Oh, yikes. But we're down to 60. Stage 3 in a moment. This stage is the first of its kind. Welcome to the 7th sea. Masato Inui, eat your freaking heart out. You got yourself a water stage, consisting of 7 obstacles. First is Lifeboat. You're sliding down a slope on an inner tube, and you only fail if you fall off said inner tube. Next is Pirate's Cove, which is a variation of the captain's wheel with 2 wheels that must be spun via the spokes protruding from the wheel. Next is Aqua Tackle, which is competitors must find leverage to push forward 3 large stone blocks directly into cargo chaos from Muso. You're going over and under cargo nets that are partially submerged in water. Water wheels. Remember the water walls from A&W? And remember the one that had the wheel on it that you turn to open the wall? Now there's 3 of them directly into the literal salmon ladder. Competitors will need to spring upwards out of the water and over progressively taller barriers. And finally, the spider trap. Essentially, the spider climb, but with plexiglass walls, and there's 50 kilogram doors that you must push up until they're locked into the walls. There are 3 of those, and we've seen a few people fail in it, including, unfortunately, Vance Walker in 17.5. But with that in mind, it's time to kick off Stage 3. First to go, once again, is Yuta Yamashita. Here we go. 4:17 puts him in the lead from the moment. And again, farthest, same thing as before. Farthest fastest, $10,000. If you break Gravier's record, $20,000. Taylor Green. And she fails on Spider Trap. So close to the end. Again, your stamina is going to be drained out of the stage for sure. Yuta Nakashima. How will he fare? 4:46. Coming out the time he wanted. RJ Roman, the loose cannon. 4:07. And he takes the record from Yamashita by a full 10 seconds. Up next, Elijah Browning. 4:11. Could have been a lot worse. Hikaru Mori. 4:19. Ooh, these times are close so far.
I would also like to know Hikaru Mori actually reached the final obstacle at stage 3 in Kunoichi 12.
Ooh, she got really close.
And she also does get a stop from her being a gymnast.
Oh yeah, that's true. Max Springer. How does the debutant respond? With a 4:40, significantly worse time. Not the time he wanted, for sure. Bo Lewis, trying to again become the last chatter standing and reach the back half of the course, finally. Saving on Spider Trap. And staying in the top 5, barely, with a 4:27. Kara McCarthy. Never mind, she's out on lifeboat. Charles Albert. 4:37. Loren so far. Jamie Ron, Captain NBC. He's out on Spider Trap. And I forgot to mention, 15 eliminations this time. Top 45 moves on. Bottom 15 are out. James McGrath, the Beast, trying not to be one of them. He may not with a 4:25. Samuel Hebert, I'm genuinely curious as to how this guy is gonna do. 4:18. That's pretty good. Alexander Cox, from one debutant to another. They both gotten to stage 3 in their debuts. They can say that much. 4:32. I don't know if that'll be enough for him to say he got to stage 4. Rodelis can also say he got to stage 3 in his debut. Very good. A few seconds outpaced by Cox. 4:34. And here we go. Yuri Prokhin. We're actually seeing the record probably. 4:18. 4 minutes, 18 milliseconds. And just like that, Roman's record is snuffed out. Simon Brunner. 4:19. Not too bad. Could have been a lot worse. 6th place is not too bad. Calderon. You just don't want to be in the top or bottom 15. Calderon with a 4:40. Kristen Hartz, meanwhile, is out on lifeboats. Oh, he will not be reaching the back half of the course this time around. Here come the Folsoms. Starting with Isabella. 4:15 is nothing to scoff at. Very impressive. Donovan Montoya. 4:25, again, for a chatter, nothing to scoff at. Tommy Matthews. 4:04. A few seconds behind Prokinen's time. Again, really good time. Really good run. Yoshi. 3:54, even better. Damn. the ace of the Black Tigers, making his presence felt. Vance Walker trying to get revenge on the Spider Trap for 17.5, and he will with a 358. A few seconds shy of the record, another sub 3 time. Ryosuke Miyoka, meanwhile, 354, 16, and he does take the record from a fellow Sasuke finalist, Ryosuke Miyoka takes the record, the fastest time, I mean. Luke Beckstrand, meanwhile, very impressive run from the Salary Man, and for the ace of the Black Tigers, for that matter. Luke Beckstrand, meanwhile, 409. He gets a sub 410. I don't know if that'll probably be sufficient to move on. I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, only 50 eliminations. Yeesh. It's tough. Keitaro Yamamoto. Ooh, he could be one of them. 434 puts him in 18th place. Tyler, the Technician Smith, 3-time finalist, 352. He takes the lead from the Ehime Bank Worker. The Ehime Bank Worker's record has been snatched by Tyler Smith, the Technician. Move on to Kono, saving a lifeboat, 423. Middle of the pack, but not where you want to be right now. Renee Castley, 407, and after save on Spider Trap, in the top 10 for now. Daniel Gill, 403. He puts him just outside the top 5. Again, could have been a lot worse. Carmona, 441. See, that's what I mean when I say it could be a lot worse. Carmona, not the time you wanted. A 441. Yeesh. Sharif, 406. Impressive time. Nowhere near the... Well, close. Kind of close to the record, but like... Not more than 10 seconds away from it. Noxagamore. Oh! Just fails at the end of Spider Trap. And that might stop him from reaching... Stage 4 and beyond. Jake McClintock, trying not to make the same mistake here. He will not. 359. Makes it into the sub 4 club on stage 3. Brooks Bieber, 430. Ooh, not a great position to be in. Kevin Carbone, trying to get back to the back half of the course. He was absent last week. 418. Not likely, but around the middle of the pack, so, I mean, you never know with this course. Only 5 fails so far. Amir Malik. We're approaching the point of this stage where we're going to start seeing fails. 420 puts Malik in the top 20, just barely. Kai Diol. And again, your stamina will be drained by the end of this. 422 for the chatter. Saving on the last set of doors on the Spider Trap. Gutsugor Nieko. 436. Ooh, just barely in the top 30. Felipe Camargo is halfway to a new, or around nearly halfway to a new personal best. 433 outpaces Nieko by a few seconds. But again, not where you want to be, Camargo. Gardzielski. 422 outpaces Camargo. Bo Lewis. No, that's Jay Lewis. What the hell am I talking about? Jay Lachey Lewis. 346. And he takes the record from his fellow three-time finalist Tyler Smith by around 6 seconds, if I recall. Because that's such a Jay Lewis thing to do. Yeah, just under 10 seconds. Or 6 seconds. Ray Vinica. And look at that, he's got a new personal best, finally. And it ends on lifeboats. He finally gets to stage 3, and he fails on the first obstacle. He's never faced anything like the 7th C, though, so it's kind of understandable. Still, just as frustrating. Jack Andrews. 422. And we're going to start seeing eliminations after this run from Senor Samyaks. Who is he going to eliminate? Brave Vinica. Oh, that's got to be frustrating. Vinica's out of it. Kristen Hart's on the bubble. And Brooks Bieber's guaranteed to move on. Evan White. Will he fare in the 7th seed? Eliminates Kristen Hart. Puts Kara McCarthy on the bubble. Tom Alberti. He eliminates Kara McCarthy with a 351. Around 5.25 seconds behind Jay Lewis's time. He eliminates Kara McCarthy. He puts JB Ron on the bubble. As we move on to Isaiah Thomas. 411. 17th is good enough to move on. He eliminates Taylor Green. Jamie Ron puts Taylor Green on the bubble. I got mixed up. Oops. Yusuke Morimoto might be the one to eliminate Taylor Green. 356. And this time we know he's not going to be on the bubble this time around. Taylor Green, unfortunately, is out of it. But who is on the bubble right now is Noxa Garamore. You gotta be a 430 set by Brooks Bieber in order to move on. So Jackson Arenas knows what he has to do here. And he does with a 358. Eliminates Noxa Garamore. Yuta Nakashima is on the bubble. Damn. Anton Fomenko. Bieber still guaranteed to move on. Fomenko with a 416. Eliminates Yuta Nakashima, the neophyte of the Black Tigers. Carmona is on the bubble. We move on to what's left of the top 10, starting with Flip. 409, good enough to move on. It'll eliminate Carmona. Calderon is on the bubble. Damn. At least he got as far as he did. Enzo De Ferrari Wilson. Goodbye, Leo. Max Springer's on the bubble. 419 from Enzo. Olivia Vivian. LWS from last week, trying to do it again for the 3rd time in her career. 406 is going to eliminate Springer, put Charles Albert on the bubble. Max Feinberg may be about to eliminate him. And he will. Puts Mieko on the bubble with a 414. Noah Munier. If last stage 2 was any indication, he may be about to steal the record from Jay Lewis. But will he? No, he will not. By a few seconds and a save on the end of the spider trap with less than 0.5% of his stamina left. 349, 2nd place for Noah Munier. He eliminates Mieko. Mark Julius Rodelis is on the bubble now. You move on to Sandro Scheibler. 413 will eliminate Rodelis.
Keitaro Yamamoto
is on the bubble, dude. He can't catch a break. He was only 2 runs away, too. He's gonna be P62. Oh my.
47. It's 47. Not
47.
62.
Sorry, I got the stage mixed up. P47 for Keitaro Yamamoto, unless Yannick and Sam Folsom somehow choke on 7th seed. Yannick first. He will not. Yamamoto out of it. Felipe Camargo is piece 46. Damn. Yannick in 43rd. Oh, he's now guaranteed to move on. He's P44. Unless Sam Folsom is going to choke here. Sam Folsom to cap off stage 3 with a 409. Top 20. He eliminates Felipe Camargo. He's P61. Keitaro Yama... No, sorry. P46. I keep getting the stages mixed up. He's P46. Alexander Cox is P45. Yannick, literally a run after his, is P44. And that means Jay Lewis wins another $10,000. How many women left? Isabella Folsom. Still got 2 of the Folsoms left. We got... Oh, hold on. Olivia Vivian and Isabella Folsom are the only women left. The fight to be LWS might end on Mount Bittercold. How many chatters left? Bo Lewis, James McGrath, one after the other. Donovan Matoyer. We got Kai Diol and Jack Andrews. 5 chatters, 2 women left. They're part of the top 45. And the Ninja Killer's actually a tie between Lifeboat and Spider Trap. 3 fails each. But yeah. We're going to round out the front half of the course. Stage 4 in a moment. We've traversed across land and sea. And soon you'll be one step closer to the sky itself. We're going to be exposed to sub-zero temperatures soon, so you might want to get your jackets on, folks. Welcome to Mount Bittercold. It consists of 8 obstacles and is a burnout stage and an upper body gauntlet. Top 30 advance, bottom 15 are out. The last stage with eliminations. Last stage of the front half of the course. Kicking things off is the pressure cooker from A&W. Competitors use angled handles with affixed sleeves to cross a series of vertical poles. And this is a burnout stage, so there are no rest points whatsoever. The bear trap. Flying bar with a final move requires the competitor to thrust the bar upwards into a pair of jaws that catch the bar. Invented by Kevin Carbone. Spider Mountain from, I believe, Proto Sasuke. 5 vertical I-beams with long gaps between them, requiring spider flip type jumps to reach the next beam. Next is the cliff toss, rounding out the first half of this stage. Athletes use a pair of cliffhanger holes attached to hooks to navigate 3 boards and arranged in the same configuration as the cliffhanger Kai. From Sasuke Nitro, there's a 30cm upward transition and a 45cm downward transition. That part is difficult. Kicking off the back half is the Cloud Ladder, a brutal twist of the floating monkey bars. Competitors move 2 bars of a series of rungs at a 45-degree angle. Very difficult. Ascending ice picks from Proto Sasuke. Similar to the ice picks, but in exchange for the horizontal gaps being the swinging boards being shortened, each board is now slightly higher up than the last. I can't talk. Mountain Cross from Irish Ninja Warrior, or Irish Warrior. It is a series of dinos across a series of 8 objects affixed to a wall. And finally, the Flying Wedge from Sasuke Nitro. It's a mix of the flying bar and the wedge. It's from Sasuke Nitro. Very difficult. And if you somehow pass this stage, you'll win $10,000 for every obstacle that's currently on this stage. So you'll win 80 grand if you beat the stage. And if you do so, and there's not a Kanzen, it'll be buffed next week. Nobody's done it so far, but although they've gotten very close. The only person who's ever really beaten this is Oliver Lutman in Tournament 9. And there were 7 obstacles. He won $70,000 because of that. But yeah, time to kick off Stage 4 and round out the back half of the course. First to go, Yuta Yamashita. 1 miss on PC. And cliff toss. Stops him in his tracks. And again, no time limit for obvious reasons. Only 15 eliminations this time. RJ Rowan fails the bear trap. And I completely forgot to change to his nameplate. That's my bad. Elijah Browning. 1 miss. Saving on cliff toss and failing the cloud ladder. He will be the first to reach the back half. Getting to obstacle 5. 5 to 6. Obviously no clears. I don't think we're going to be getting any. 89. Sorry, Hikaru Mori. A bunch of misses on pressure cooker, and she still makes it to the ice picks. Hikaru Mori. Damn. Obstacle 6. And her personal best is now 4.6 at the very least. Bo Lewis. He's been in this position before. Trying to get to the back half of the course for the first time since Tournament 5. They will not. They're stopped by the pressure cooker. One of the first few fails I believe we've seen on this obstacle, in this era anyway, of Omega. And now James McGrath doesn't really have to do much in order to take the lead from Bo Lewis. Just has to get past the 4th pull of the pressure cooker. And with a perfect pressure cooker, that'll do it, but he does fail Spider Mountain. James McGrath has just guaranteed one thing, that Bo Lewis will not be a 2-time last shatter standing. Samuel Hebert will get to the back half of the course in his debut appearance. It happened with Nazarov, somehow. It happened with Fortier. Will Hebert do the same? A bunch of misses on pressure cooker, not likely, but he does get to cliff toss. Decent run, although he did have a quarter of his stamina left. And then some. Alexander Cox. A bunch of misses on pressure cooker, and the fail on bear trap may end it for the Australian debutant. Yuri Proknin. And he fails the bear trap. But, I mean, he did get there significantly faster than Alexander Cox did. Farthest fastest wins $5,000. And if you somehow clear the stage, you'll win $80,000. Simon Brunner. 3 misses. Getting to the cloud ladder is Simon Brunner. He'll finally have a shot, another shot, to get a new personal best. It'll be the first time since Tournament 11 at the very latest. Here come the Folsoms. Starting with Isabella. Will she finally get to the back half of the course? She may get a new personal best, actually. I didn't even think about this. It'd be the first time since Tournament 3. And all she's got to do is reach Spider Mountain, but she's got to do that freaking difficult bear trap maneuver. Can she pull it off? Yes! Spider Mountain cliff toss. Wait a minute, she got all the way to the ice picks. Forget getting a new personal best. She might get to the back half of the course. For the first time in her career. And a new personal best for the first time since Tournament 3. Congrats, regardless, to Isabella Folsom for a very strong performance. Donovan Matoya. He knows what he's got to do. He's just got to, I believe Sean Bryan might have already gotten to the back half of the course. He might get there. But no, not Sean Bryan. What am I talking about? James McGrath. He failed Spider Mountain. So Donovan Matoya, he failed, he failed the second jump of the Spider Mountain. So Donovan Matoya, he's just got to get past that in order to guarantee himself as LCS. Unless they get to the back half of the course, which, I mean, it's likely. But it comes down to Donovan Matoya. He will not! And he's denied another new personal best again on stage 4. And another pressure cooker fail. I believe that puts him in last. So that does mean James McGrath may be your last chatter standing. Unless Jack Andrews beats that run. Tommy Matthews. Or maybe Kai Diol. I don't know. Are they still in it? By the way, freaking Tommy Matthews just got to Mountain Cross. And he nearly got to the Flying Wedge. Tommy Matthews. This dude came out of nowhere. He got a new personal best, and he's probably going to the back half of the course. So at the very least, his PB is 4.7. But he's probably getting to the back half of the course anyway, so it's not like that's gonna matter. Yoshiyuki Yamamoto. How the hell do you respond to that? Tommy Matthews. That is very impressive. And Yoshi is out on club toss. And if anyone's going to take that record from Tommy Matthews, it may be this man, Vance Walker. Won't choke on the bear trap, but he's out on the cloud ladder. He's likely to move on, though. Ryosuke Miyoka. How will he fare? He's still in it. Oh my god, Flying Wedge! He takes the record from Matthews. Oh my god, it's just been one insane run after the other. The first jump of the Flying Wedge. You know what? If I were to add a single rest point, we'd be getting clears by this point. 1 to 2 from Miyoka. Wasn't even the first time that Miyoka has held the record today. But, I mean, to be fair, the last time he held a record in the stage that I can recall... No, I mean, like, the last time he was eliminated in the stage, he was eliminated by Yusuke. If I recall correctly. And he's still here. Whether he's still bitter about that, I don't know. I doubt it, but I don't know. You never know with these guys. Luke Beckstrand, not throwing shade. Whoa! Luke Beckstrand, meanwhile, gets all the way to Mountain Cross, nearly getting to the Flying Wedge. That puts him in an easy second. Technician, Tyler Smith. 3 misses on PC. This is going to cost him a bit of stamina. Ice Picks stops him in his tracks. Hitoshi Kano. How the heck is he gonna fare on this stage? Bear Trap. Such a technical move. It's so difficult. Renee Castley. Wait a minute. A perfect pressure cooker, and then he blows it on the first cradles on the Bear Trap. That might be it for the circus artist. Damn. Daniel Gill. And he's out on the Bear Trap. Stretching. What the hell is going on? We might have just lost the circus artist and the Texas Ninja. Not the Texas Ninja, the Kingdom Ninja. What am I talking about? I'm getting their names mixed up. Their nicknames mixed up. Leon Sharif, 1 miss. Although, whoa, nearly, he got even closer to a flying wedge. But yeah, even a perfect pressure cooker apparently means nothing in the context of this stage. And that's mainly because of the bear trap. So difficult. There's little room. As you go further into this course, the room for error gets smaller and smaller until it just becomes non-existent by the end. Jake McClintock knows all too well. Perfect pressure cooker, saving on the bear trap maneuver. He gets all the way to the flying wedge, and he takes the record from Miyoka. Or the farthest run. Jake McClintock. We move on now to Brooks Bieber. He's still in it. But for how much longer? 3 misses on PC. And he gets to the cloud ladder. He might actually get to the back half. His personal best was 2.3 before tonight. And it's going to be at least 5.4. Holy crap. What a pop-off from Brooks Bieber, dude. It's nuts. Kevin Carbone, the inventor of the bear trap. And he fails on pressure cooker. He won't even get to attempt it. So he will not reach the back half of the course this time around. Unless we get a bunch of fails on the pressure cooker. But even then, not likely. Those 2 misses on pressure cooker, it takes so much stamina. It'll drain you. It really, like, how far you get may actually depend on, partly on how you do on the pressure cooker. Amir Malik, 2 misses on pressure cooker, save on Spider Mountain, and failing on cliff toss. In the top 15, Kai Diol's still in the equation. Just got to get past the, second jump of the Spider Mountain to pass James McGrath. And they will not. Pressure cooker takes them out of it. And they are once again denied a new personal best on stage 4 on Mount Bittercold. This happened to them on Safari Stride and OMEGA². Twice on Mount Bittercold. They've gotten a new personal best. Or tied their personal best. But it will not happen tonight. And they're going to need a miracle in order to move on here. We're going to start seeing eliminations soon. Ethan Gardiolski. He's still in it. And he passes. He gets way farther than McGrath. Ethan Gardiolski goes into 5th, getting all the way to the mountain cross. Good lord, Gardiolski may be your last shatter standing. Jesus. Jay Lewis, how does he respond? Oh, doing really well. Flying wedge. Okay, apparently he's in 3rd. He's in 1st. That's weird.
Okay.
Jake McClintock apparently in 1st, even though
Oh, wait.
Jay Lewis got farther than he did.
Oh wait, did you turn the segments on? That could be the reason why. Maybe he got there slower than McClintock, and as a result, you know.
Oh, that's true. Crap. Let me check. I don't think I did.
Oh yeah, I also know every time you turn on Course Creator, and with the advanced settings, the advanced setting will always be checked down. Like there'll be the checks on the advanced settings will be removed every time you load up a course.
Noted.
Yeah.
That's weird. And unfortunate. Jack Andrews, he knows what he has to do. He's got to get far. Just when he knows somebody we know we're going to have a chatter in the back half of the course. Jack Andrews joined them. Got farther than McGrath did. He gets to the ice picks. Very good run for the 4-time LCS. Samyant. Same on cliff toss. He gets all the way to the mountain cross. And Kai Diol, unfortunately, is first eliminated. So for the 4th time on stage 4, he is denied a new personal best. For the 3rd time on Mount Bittercold, at least. Kevin Carbone's on the bubble. Brooks Bieber is guaranteed to move on to the back half of the course. Evan White. 3 misses on pressure cooker. Ascending ice picks. He eliminates Kevin Carbone. Puts Donovan Matoyer on the bubble. He's got to get past 4 obstacles. I'm assuming that's what that means. So, if that's the case, he's got to get to the cloud ladder in order to move on. That is a tight cutoff. Tom Alberti. He knows what he's got to do. Got it. Ice picks. Eliminates Donovan Matoyer. Puts Bo Lewis on the bubble. 3 chatters are about to be out of it. So that leaves James McGrath, Jack Andrews, and I cannot remember the other one. I'll have to look. Who was it that got really far that was also a chatter?
I don't know.
I feel so dumb. Gardilski, okay. That leaves James McGrath, Jack Andrews, and Ethan Gardilski. 3 chatters at least, at most, will be moving on to stage 7. Or stage 5, sorry. We never had a chatter at stage 7. I don't know what I'm talking about. Isaiah Thomas, 1 miss on PC, saving on the bear trap, but failing on Spider Mountain. I don't know if they'll be good enough to move on. I don't think it will. So, yep, Simon Brunner's guaranteed to move on. Bo Lewis is out of it. Alexander Cox is on the bubble. Yusuke Morimoto. He stole the record from Miyoga. Will he take it again? Will he even get to the back half of the course this time around? Yes, he will. And he gets to the flying wedge. He takes the record from McClintock. By 1 jump. Yusuke Morimoto, the prince, once again taking the record. A few runs away from $5,000. RJ Roman's on the bubble. Alexander Cox is out of it. Jackson Arados, the chosen one. Oh, hold on. He takes the record just as quickly from Morimoto. Jackson Arados making his presence felt in Mount Bittercold. I think, is it just me or did it just get a bit colder here? Jackson Arados. Good lord. RJ Roman is out of it. Konno's on the bubble. Bruno's now guaranteed to move on. Anton Fomenko. Perfect PC. And he gets the mountain cross.
And he's getting a new personal best.
Well, he does. By 2 obstacles. And we know he's getting... Wait, no. He's finally getting to the back half of the course for the first time in his career.
I think the same is gonna happen with Dark Gardowski too.
Oh, yeah! He's never been to the back half. He's finally gonna do it. Fomenko and Gardowski. I didn't even realize this. They finally made a break into the back half. Flip Rodriguez. Can he do it again? Cliff toss. I don't think that's going to be enough. Yoshiyuki Yamamoto is guaranteed to move on. Broken is out of it. Daniel Gill may be out of it as well by the time Enzo De Ferrari Wilson is finished with Mount Bittercold. On second thought, maybe not. Wilson's out of it. We've just lost another finalist on the bear trap maneuver. Olivia Vivian. Trying to become another last woman standing. 23rd place. She's going to move on. It's going to be close. Save on the cliff toss, but she fails on the second board. Daniel Gill is out of it. Renee Castley is on the bubble. Yuta Yamashita is now guaranteed to move on. Max Feinberg. One miss on pressure cooker. He fails Spider Mountain. He's on the bubble just like that. Renee Castley's out of it. Feinberg, as soon as his run ends, goes straight to the bubble. Malik's guaranteed to move on. Now all these competitors have got to do is pass Spider Mountain in under 3 minutes. And if anyone's going to do that, it's Noah Muniu. Saving on Spider Mountain, he does exactly that and then some. He did with 30 seconds to spare, too. He fails at the mountain cross. James McGrath is on the bubble. So we will have 2 chatters in the back half of the course. Jack Andrews and Ethan Gardiolski for the first time in his career. Feinberg is out of it. McGrath is on the bubble. Our 3 finalists from last week are left. Are the only ones left, starting with Scheibler. And he fails on cliff toss. Good enough to move on, but barely. Saving on Spider Mountain as well. Eliminates McGrath and puts Isaiah Thomas on the bubble. Amir Malik is guaranteed to move on as we move on to Yannick. 2 misses. He's moving on. Eliminates Thomas, and Samuel Hebert is on the bubble. Damn. I was actually rooting for this dude, man. I was so curious as to how he was going to do. He's going to be P40. He's going to be P31. Unless, I say this, I've said this every single stage so far, unless we see a choke from Sam Folsom. Last man standing from last week, Samuel Hebert will be eliminated. And he will. Sam Folsom eliminates Samuel Hebert. He was so close to the back half of the course.
This is the time someone making it to cliff toss. One person making it to cliff toss, but failing to move on.
Damn. And that will be Samuel Hebert, I assume.
Yeah, that would be Hebert. For the first time, it was Leon Westman. Second time, it was Philip Gossett.
Yeah, that's got to be frustrating, dude. 1 spot away from moving on. Flip Rodriguez, or Samuel Hebert is P31. Flip P30. Malik P29. Killer of the stage is actually Mountain Cross. And we have a 3-way tie for second. Bear Trap, Cliff Toss, Ice Picks. No clears tonight on Mount Bittercold. How many women left? Maury, that's 1. Folsom, 2. And Vivian, 3. I completely missed Hikaru Mori. Hikaru Mori, Folsom, and Vivian. The only women left. How many chatters? I believe there's 2. Gardiolski, Andrews. The fight to be the last chatter standing continues, and for the first time in his career, Ethan Gardiolski has made it to the back half of the course. How good is he with towers? Do we know?
I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see.
I don't think he's been to a final stage of A&W. I don't recall him pulling that off.
Yeah, he has yet to get to a final stage. Yeah.
Damn. How far has he gotten on A&W? Has he gotten to the finals course?
I know. I think he's doing well in the leagues, but I don't think he has made it to the national finals yet in A&W.
Ah.
Yeah.
That is oof. Well, he's gonna get a shot tonight in Space Elevator in a bit. Ooh, spoilers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the top 10 left. 3 women, 2 chatters. 30 athletes remain as we move on to to stage 5 in the back half of the course in a moment. By the way, Erdos wins $10,000. Or no, $5,000. Sorry. He wins $5,000. Yay. Stage 5 in the back half of the course in a minute. Or in a moment, sorry. If you've made it this far, then congratulations. You've earned a one-way ticket to the back half of this course. You've also earned the right to test our not necessarily brand new, but state-of-the-art space elevator. It consists of 4 obstacles and is a tower stage. There have been only slight nerfs. Vertical cheese, 13 meters tall. Cheese floors that must be ascended. Heavenly ladder, it is a rope ladder, 10 meters tall. The fact that it's a rope ladder makes it exceedingly more tough. Power switch.
Hi, Callum.
Oh, Donovan Lesher just made it. Nice. Power switch is similar to Crank It Up. Competitors crank 2 poles upwards while using a wall for foot support. And finally, the P-rope, 16 meters tall. Split into 2 segments. The blue zone is where you're only allowed to use your arms, your hands. Only once you reach the gold zone are you allowed to start using your legs. The time limit is now 135 seconds. So I've added an extra 2 seconds to stage 5's time limit. We're gonna kick off stage 5 in a moment.
Did you manage to fix everything this time?
Yes. Last week's clear rate, 30 in stage 5, 15 in stage 6, 3 in stage 7, 0 in stage 8. Kicking things off, Yuta Yamasta. And he will not be reaching stage 6 tonight. He will not be getting back. The P-rope is back up to 60 meters, and I've added an extra 2 seconds. That's pretty much the only nerf. Kind of a balance going on. Eliza Browning. Can he get back to stage 6 for the first time since tournament 10? Yes, he will. We will have a stage 6 tonight. Eliza Browning has a shot to become a semi-finalist. Hikaru Mori, whose personal best was 3.2, she gets to the back half of the course for the first time in her career. And it all begins with a space elevator. Come on, Mori. And no! She makes it to the gold zone with the P-rope. Very strong run, but she's out of it. 2 women remain. Vivian and Folsom. And it's gonna be close. They're both very strong competitors. Simon Brunner taking on Space Elevator next. And he has a shot to get stage 6 for the first time in his career. He pulled off. He's just got to beat the Space Elevator. He's been here before. And he will be denied again by the Space Elevator. So close. He makes it into the gold zone, though. That's very strong. Isabella Folsom, trying to become last woman standing for the first time in her career. She's never faced Space Elevator. She has a shot to take it on tonight. Come on, Isabella. Not likely, no. But, strong run. Isabella Folsom. All 3 Folsoms have at least made it to the back half of the course. Barn burgers are eating good tonight. Tommy Matthews. He came out of nowhere. At one point, holding the record in stage 4, getting to stage 5 for the first time in his career. How will he fare on the space elevator? Never faced anything like this before. And what? No!
Oh.
4 centimeters shy of stage 6. So close. Tommy Matthews. Not to be underestimated. He's going to be a name to look out for in future tournaments. Yoshiyuki Yamamoto, though, trying to get back to stage 6 for the first time in this era. With his Black Tigers and Yamada watching on, he makes it to the goal rope. Barely. Texas Ninja, Vance Walker. So he does with towers tonight. He hasn't been to one in a while, from my knowledge. Wow, that was close. Under a third of a second left for the Texas Ninja, but he is going back to stage 6. And he may have I believe a 5th attempt at stage 7. I will have to check to verify. No, it would be his 6th. It would be his 6th attempt in stage 7. Maybe he can finally reach Niflheim this time, hopefully. I mean, all we can do is hope. Salaryman, Ryosuke Miyoka. Ooh, yes! Around nearly the same time that Nagano had in his 20-something meter tower that he beat. Luke Beckstrand. His brother Kai watching on. As he takes on the space elevator again. And is denied by the P-Rope. Barely makes it to the gold zone. No room for error in the back half of this course. Tyler Smith knows that all too well. He's been to the final stage 3 times. He wants to get there again. And he will not get past stage 5 tonight. We've lost another finalist. Ilion Sharif trying to get back to stage 6. Do what his fellow Frenchman Clément Gravier did. And he makes it by the skin of his teeth, putting us up to 4 for 12. Jake McClintock, he hasn't been here since tournament 13, and he has a shot to get back to stage 6 again. He's got to beat the space elevator, though. And he will! Halfway to double digits. Jake McClintock moves on. Brooks Bieber, who's, hold on, he's never been to stage 3. He hasn't been here since tournament 10. And he's made it to stage 5. How much further can he go? He's got to beat space elevator now. He made it past the 7th sea. He made it past Mount Bittercold. He will not make it past space elevator. But new personal best by a country mile. A valiant effort from Brooks Bieber. Very strong run. Nothing to scoff at. Amir Malik. Trying to get back to stage 7. Ooh, a bit of a rough start there. And he will not even reach the gold zone of the P-Rope. That's got to be frustrating. And now the fight to be last chatter standing continues. For the first time in his career, Ethan Gardielski has made it to the back half of the course. How good is he with towers? We don't know. Only one way to find out. Space elevator. Come on, Gardielski. A bit of a slow start there. And he makes it to... He misses out on stage 6 by a few meters. Andrews knows what he has to do. He's got to make it at least 5.68 meters up into the gold zone of the P-Rope. And he will be your last shatter standing. Jay Lewis, meanwhile, trying to get back to stage 6. He was absent last week. Oh, a bit of a slow start there. Made it past Power Switch, though. He's going back to stage 6. Jay Lewis. Oh, boy. Making waves right now. Jack Andrews comes down to this. It's 5.68 meters up the P-Rope, the gold zone. And he will be your last chatter staying. A bit of a slow start there. That doesn't determine everything. He will not reach the gold zone. Wait a minute. Wait. So this means, for the first time in his career, not only does he get to the back half of the course, Ethan Gardielski is your last chatter standing. Good lord. Of all the people I expected to do it, he was not it. He's never been to stage 4, or he's never been to the back half of the course, at least. He's gotten close. But he finally did it. He got his moment. Jack, unfortunately, at the expense of Jack Andrews. But still, strong run from both of them. Samiyach. Can reach stage 6 again. Decent start. And he's moving on. 7 for 19. We still have a chance to tie the amount we had last week on Stage 6. Evan White, trying to get to Stage 6 for the first time in his career, is getting a new personal best, and it will be in Stage 6. Evan White has bested Space Elevator. I believe that was his second attempt on it. But Evan White, he's going to Forbidden World for the first time in his career. Congrats to him. Tom Alberti, just trying to get back. Ooh, not likely. Oh! That is a heartbreaker. 14 centimeters short from Stage 6. Ooh, if anyone knows what that's like, Yusuke Morimoto. Ooh, slow start. Oh, no. Okay. That was very worrying, but Yusuke clearly has nothing to worry about. He's going to the back, going to Stage 6 again. Will Jackson Eridos join him? Quick go up the heavenly ladder, and he's denied a shot at Forbidden World by 1.5 meters. Oh, that sucks. Number 1 ninja in the world is out of the equation. Flamenco. Ooh, that start could have been better. Barely reaches the gold zone. Flip Rodriguez. Come on, Flip. No! Less than 5 meters short on the P-rope. Cool boy, Olivia Vivian. She nearly has the all-time progress record. The person who holds it at the moment is Riley Porter. Olivia Vivian's trying to get back. That start could have been a lot better, but meanwhile, she just apparently crushed freaking power switch. And she's going back to Stage 6, and she's putting us at double digits. Meaning, yes, ladies and gentlemen, Olivia Vivian is a 3-time last woman standing. She did in tournament 1. She's done it for the last 2 tournaments, 17, 18. She's done it in both. She's showing no signs of stopping. No immunity, meanwhile. Anyone can do it, it's him. Oh, easy. I think that's at 11. Hey, my number. Hey. We're not going to tie what we had last week. The most we can have is 14. Sandro Scheibler. Come on, Scheibler. 2 seconds to spare, and he moves on. Ol Yannick. Penultimate runner on Stage 5. Can he get back to Stage 6? Can he get another shot at the Forbidden World? Oh, with less than a second left. Putting us at 13. Sorry, not 14. The most we can get is 14. And that's if Sam Folsom moves on. Will he? He will not! Sam Folsom, we've lost our number 100. He's out on Space Elevator. We're down to 13. Browning, Walker, Miyoka, Sharif, McClintock, Lewis, Samiyach, White, Morimoto, Vivian, Munier, Scheibler, Yannick. No chatters left. 1 woman left. 13 athletes remain. Stage 6 in a moment. 3 stages remain. We've exited the Earth's atmosphere. The complexion of this game changes again, the scale increasing exponentially. Things are about to get otherworldly. Stage 6 is Forbidden World. It consists of 12 obstacles divided into 2 segments. First is a time segment, Soul. First obstacle, 6.1, is Spin Zone from A&W. It was introduced a few weeks ago in Omega. Competitors run across 4 freely spinning wheels, each with 3 footholds. Next is metronomes. Considering this obstacle is still there, it doesn't bode well for Jay Lewis. 2 swinging arms with a small square platform that the athletes jump across. Vaulting bars is an obstacle from Proto Sasuke. 3 lachet bars on arms attached from the ground that with enough force can be swiveled closer to the next bar, similar to Crank It Up. Ejector, the new obstacle. Hailing from Ultimate Beastmaster, competitors time their jump off a very fast forward-moving treadmill. Minefield from A&W, classic A&W obstacle. A series of cones and cannonballs that you must swing across. And finally, Alcatraz Escape from Muso. 3 walls. The first you go over, the second you go through with a tiny little gap near the top, and the last one you go over with a metal bar near the top. Time limit is now 90 seconds due to a certain planet-based obstacle being replaced. Next is Luna, the on-time second jaw dropper, invented by one Brett Sims. 3 ledges on a spring hinge that drop to level when caught. Directly into Sky High from Muso. A tall jump into a trampoline jump, or into a trampoline, into 2 skyhook jumps. A fairly new obstacle in this stage, unstable shields from the WNL. 3 shields in the shape of the NNL logo. The first suspended by 4 chains, and the second and third of which suspended by 2 chains. The second board's chains are on the side, requiring the competitor to make a sideways catch. Directly into nail file. Competitors slide 2 blocks across a horizontal track, then remove the blocks and insert them into the second tracks from WNL. Planet Bridge EX for Muso is a mix of the curved body prop and the Planet Bridge. But with planets on both sides and it curving upwards, it's very difficult. And finally, replacing OGS is Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. Spin your wheels with a Super Tramp. The last thing standing between these competitors and the title of semifinalist and a shot against the afterlife. Kicking off stage 6 tonight, I believe, is Elijah Browning. With that, here we go. Elijah Browning kicking off stage 6 tonight. Here we go. Never mind, he's out on Spin Zone. That quickly is a shocker. He finally gets back to stage 6 and he fails the first new obstacle. That, it's gonna be frustrating. I say it a lot. Man, that's gonna be frustrating. Texas Ninja, Vance Walker. Can get so far, but he fails on Ejector. Another new obstacle takes out another big name. Vance Walker will not become a 6-time semifinalist. Ryosuke Miyaoka. Can he handle it? This is once on vaulting bars. And he just times out on Alcatraz Escape. No runners on Luna thus far. We are 0 for 3 on Soul. Soul is taking heads. That one miss on the vaulting bars was costly. In Leon Sharif. You gotta be perfect on the stage. Saving on Ejector, and he makes it to Luda, beating the Klaxon in the process. First to do so tonight. His personal best is Jaw Dropper. He has a shot to not only beat that, but to become a semi-finalist for the first time in his career. Come on, Elian. Allez, Elian. And he fails Jaw Dropper again. Oh, God. Stage 6 is really... Forbidden World is really starting to show its teeth tonight. Oh, Elian Sharif denied a new PB again. Jake McClintock. Can he make it to stage 7? Nobody's gotten there yet. Saving on Alcatraz escape. And he's made it back to Luna. Can he make it back to stage 7 to be the first time since tournament 10 that he's done so? Unstable shields. Got the new obstacle down. Planet Bridge. Nope, not that nail file. Planet Bridge. New obstacle. No! He fails Planet Bridge. And we've just lost another member of the top 25 to stage 6. Things are looking a little bit grim, to say the least. We're down to single digits. 9 remain. Doesn't bode well for Jay Lewis. He's been in that position before. He's failed on metronomes. And that obstacle's still there. How will he do tonight? It will not end on metronomes. It will not end on Soul. It will end on Luna. Come on, Jay. Can he get back to stage 7? Will not be the first time. Nail file. Planet Bridge. Will he be the first to attempt the new obstacle, Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon? He will. Got the Super Tramp, and he's going to stage 7. Jay Lachey Lewis has a shot at stage 7. He is again a semi-finalist tonight. Oh, it's gonna be close. Senor Stamiach. Jay Lewis is a semi-finalist. Will anyone join him? 7 left to go. 8 remain. Stamiach next. And he beats the Klaxon as well. There's no room for error on the back half of this course. Little room for error on this course at all. Luna certainly doesn't have much. Stamiach can finally reach stage 7 again. It would not be the first time he's a semi-finalist, even in this era. OEVD? Yes! Stamiach is now a 3-time semi-finalist in this era. And I believe 4 times overall. And if anyone's going to be doing it, it's Senor Stamiach. He's a very strong competitor. All these competitors are. You gotta be the best of the best to make it to the end. And even then, there's no guarantees. Evan White makes it to stage 6 for the first time in his career. How will he fare on Forbidden World? He's never faced anything like this. This is once on vaulting bars, and he fails once on the Alcatraz escape, and that will cost him. His personal best is now 6.6. Yusuke Morimoto. We've seen big names taken out early on here. Will Yusuke be one of them? Stage 6. Soul is no problem for Yusuke. How will the Prince fare on Luna? He's been past this point. He's been miles past this point. He wants another shot at the road to Asgard. He's got to get past Luna. Planet Bridge and OEVD away. Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. Got it. He's going to stage 7. The Prince is back to the afterlife. Oh boy. We're up to 4. The most we can get. No, we're up to 3. Oops. The most we can get is 7. Olivia Vivian. She's been so close to stage 7. Denied by ODS. That is no longer an obstacle here for the moment. Can she be the second female semi-finalist in Omega's history? It starts with Soul. Perfect on vaulting bars. Makes it to Luna with 5 seconds on the clock. Halfway there. Making it here is half the battle. Come on, Olivia. Last time she was here, last week, she was denied by OGS, saving on unstable shields. That's no longer an obstacle. Planet Bridge. Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. Can she pull it off here? Oh, yes! Olivia Vivian is a semi-finalist. The second woman to do so. The record stands at 7.3. It was set by Riley Porter a few weeks ago. But Olivia Vivian, we know she's capable. She's been deep into stage 6 in OMEGA². Now she gets a shot at stage 7, the first woman to do so. The second woman to do so. Whoa, and we are up to 4. More than we had last week. I believe the most we can have is 7. Noah Munier. He's been past this point before. Can he do it again? 2 misses on vaulting bars. That's going to cost him. Munier is out of it on Soul. Soul's really starting to show its teeth tonight. Scheibler. Back to the 3 that got past this point last week. Sandro Scheibler trying to become a 3-time semi-finalist, saving on Spin Zone. Whoa, he makes it to Luna with 3.5 seconds. Whoa, I'm nervous, dude. 6 obstacles away from the last quarter of this course. Luna. Saving on Jaw Dropper. Come on, Scheibler. Sky High takes him out of it. And he will not become a 3-time semi-finalist. Yannick. The most we can have is 6. Yannick. Oh, Yannick. Saving on the last wall of Alcatraz escape. He makes it back to Luna with a few seconds to spare. Man, Soul really starting to show its teeth tonight. And now he has a rematch against Luna. The engineering student, the semi-finalist. He is halfway through Luna. Nail File. Planet Bridge. No! He is denied again. Or denied by Planet Bridge. We are down to 4 in stage 7. Oh boy. Lewis. Samiyach. Morimoto. Vivian is the last member of the top 10. Oh my god, I didn't even notice this. Vivian is not only the second female semi-finalist in Omega's history in either era. She is the last remaining member of the top 10. And if things go south enough for the other 3, she may be her last competitor standing. We know she's your last woman standing, but, I mean, she could be number 100 for all we know. Oh boy. Stage 7 in a moment. 2 stages remain. But it doesn't get any easier from here. Over the past 6 stages, we've journeyed across land, sea, and sky. We've gone from cyberspace to deep space and beyond. But for this penultimate stage, these competitors must face the most difficult choice or challenge thus far. The second coming of the afterlife. Stage 7 is Paradise Lost. It consists of 8 obstacles and is an upper body gauntlet. First is the peg clouds from A&W. Blocks with little ledges at the bottom and holes for the pegs to go into. Directly into the atomic grasper from Proto Sasuke, I believe. Doorknob grasper, but they're atomic grasps, so they do spin freely. Altitude limit from Proto Sasuke. The V1 version. 3 vertical limit ledges with multiple vertical transitions directly into the cliffhanger Odyssey. 11 cliffhanger ledges, slanted ledges, rounded ledges, dropping ledges, big reach ups, and a dismount. You name it, it's got it. Flying bar triple deluxe, kicking off the back half as per usual. The Noah's Ark, the NE Regional Flying Bar, Northeast Regional, and the Bear Trap, Heartbreaker. 3 vertical boards, 2 horizontal boards, and a 2.2 meter jump at the end. But it wouldn't be an Afterlife themed stage in Omega if it wasn't for a certain twist, a certain choice competitors had to make. In this new era, it's no different. Competitors' options lie in wait: divinity or damnation. Whoops, stage 7 is a split decision. Upper body gauntlet. 8 obstacles. Little to no room for error. Heaven or hell. Paradise Lost or Devil's Domain. Doorknob Delta is a mix of the rumbling dice and the doorknob grasper. Rolling Steel is a mix of the iron peddler and the arm bike. Wicked Windows is a series of tilted cliffhanger ledges fashioned like the window hang with 2 crazy jumps. Directly into the cheese wedges, 4 of them with a dismount. Deja Vu from A&W directly into the 7 circles of hell. Ring toss, sky hooks, ring jump, and the final ring. 3 ring-based obstacles consecutively. But I'm gonna skip the formalities. That's not all. Should the last 2 obstacles be reached, competitors must face Niflheim, Monster Climb, directly into the lightning bolts with a dismount for a shot against the Phoenix, a shot of the final stage, a shot at the road to Asgard, and a shot to reach the human horizon. It all comes down to this. 4 athletes remain. First is one of the strongest we've ever had. He's been a 3-time finalist in Omega, twice in this era. A few jumps away from beating this course. On top of this, he's done very well in A&W. He's a WNL champion. And now he has a shot once more against the Afterlife. His name is Jay Lachey Lewis. And he will commence the penultimate stage of this course tonight. Divinity or damnation. Paradise Lost. Yeah. We kick off stage 7 with Jay Lewis, our champion, our only champion, the only man to have reached the untimed segment of stage 8. Atomic Grasper. Saving on the first sphere, is our champion. He's been past this stage multiple times. One of only 2 people to have done it multiple times. The other one is Tyler Smith. He is no longer here. Altitude limit. He's out of the altitude limit. We have just lost our champion. This early is a shocker. I mean, he has been nerfed, but still, that is a shocker. Our next runner, though, just as strong. Samiach. Snor Samiach. In order for a new personal best, doesn't matter how you put it, he's got to reach the final stage. The road to Asgard lies in wait. Divinity or damnation. Devil's Domain. First person to attempt this stage tonight begins with the Doorknob Delta. It could end with a female competitor. Got it. Samiyach has never been to the final stage before tonight. He has a shot to do so. Wicked Windows. He's been to stage 7 before, but he's never faced anything like Wicked Windows. Several windows with 2 crazy cliffhanger jumps. Samiyach just got a long way to go. But he's faced this stage before. And apart from this obstacle, the only difference is instead of the supersonic shelf grab, it's the monster climb. But it will end for him on the cheese wedges. Samiyach is out of the equation on 7.4. 2 remain. Oh, it's gonna be close. 2 athletes remain. This man is one of the strongest in the world. He is a 5-time finalist and a 2-time champion of Sasuke, repped Japan in numerous occasions. And now he's a chance to become a 2-time finalist. He is the Prince, Yusuke Sasuke-kun Morimoto. Now he has a difficult choice in front of him. Divinity or damnation. Devil's Domain. It may end with Olivia Vivian, but first, Yusuke Morimoto. He's competed with her in Sasuke. She's gone to stage 2 before, but unfortunately, she was DQ'd on the rolling log due to her hair being touching the water. Past Rolling Steel. Wicked Windows. I don't know if he's faced an obstacle like this before. I don't think he has, in Omega anyway. We saw Samiyach get past it earlier, but he failed the first of the cheese wedges. Saving on the 4th window, though, is Yusuke Morimoto. I-beam catch. Got it. Cheese wedges. He takes the lead from Samiyach. There are 4 cheese wedges and a dismount this time around. Can he hang on? Nearly half his stamina left. Wait, no, there's only 2 wedges. Okay, damn. Deja vu. He's done it before. Can he do it again? He's on the back half of the course. SUH. He's burned through half his stamina already. He regained a bit of it. Got up to around 2/3. Oh, wait. Oh, that's a visual error on my part. There is a rest point between Deja Vu and 7 Circles of Hell. And I forgot to remove that. Yusuke Morimoto. Onto the ring toss now. This is going to take a lot of stamina out of him. Can he be the first, potentially the only one, to reach Niflheim tonight? Just got to get past the final ring segment of SUH. Come on, Yusuke. Going for that dismount with just over 1/3 of his stamina left. Is he going to pull it off? Going for the dismount on SUH. Sound the horns. We're going to Niflheim. Comes down to this. Monster climb. Got farther than Folsom did last week. I don't recall if he faced this particular obstacle. I think he did when he got to the final. Lightning bolts left. Will we have a final tonight? And will it be Yusuke Morimoto to pull it off? 4 jumps away. Make it 3. And then the dismount. The Prince did it before. Make it 2. He did it a few weeks ago. Make it 1. Can he do it again? And have another shot against the Phoenix. Dismount. Come on, Yusuke. Yes! Yusuke Morimoto. We will have a final. Yusuke Morimoto is now a 2-time finalist of Omega. only the third person to get to the final stage multiple times. Jay Lewis, Tyler Smith, and now Yusuke Morimoto. We still have a run to go. For all we know, Olivia Vivian could join him. But for the moment, Yusuke Morimoto, he's been to this point before. He knows what he's up against. He knows what's at stake. A shot against the Phoenix. A shot to become our champion. A shot to reach the human horizon and add one more accolade to his list of accomplishments. Oh boy, we still got a round to go. Y'all, it's not over yet. One athlete left to run. She's been last woman standing before. But now he has a shot. She has a shot to take the record for the farthest all-time progress in terms of female competitors. Olivia Vivian now has a shot to make history tonight. She'll make the final decision of this tournament. Divinity or damnation? Devil's Domain. She's got to beat the Wicked Windows. Riley Porter, her personal best was 7.3. In order to beat that, Vivian's got to beat Wicked Windows. It's very difficult. A lot longer than the altitude limit. Got Doorknob Delta. Rolling Steel. Wicked Windows. If she beats this, she will hold the all-time progress record in terms of female competitors. She set it in Tournament 1. I believe she's already gotten that. Porter failed the first ledge of the Wicked Windows. No, of the altitude limit, sorry. Wait a minute, 2 ledges. When she set the record, she got to 7 or 6.4 in Tournament 1. One more window. Come on, Olivia. Got it, I-beam catch. Is she gonna make it to the cheese wedges? No!
Oh.
Olivia Vivian will not get to 7.4, but definitely holds the all-time progress record in terms of female competitors. But ladies and gentlemen, this tournament is not over yet. Yusuke Morimoto now faces the road to Asgard, the final stage, all by his lonesome. And it happens in mere moments. One stage remains. This man is just one step away from besting the almighty Phoenix. But he's gotten stronger since his last life, his last incarnation. And I think it's safe to say he's not planning on holding back this time. Whoops. This is your final stage, the last step towards besting the Phoenix and reaching the human horizon, the reincarnation of Rainbow Road, the newly nerfed Bifrost. It consists of 11 obstacles and is divided into 2 segments. First is the road to Asgard. First is ring drop. You gotta get enough swing to grab a ring from midair, put it into a receiver, swing to the platform on the other side. Over under is lâché into a bar, which either tips forward if enough weight's put on it, or backward, which affects the difficulty of the lâché to the next bar. Gotta go is 2 swinging shelves for the locking mechanism. So if you don't lock these, link these lâchés, you're pretty much out of it. Greater Wall, 16-foot version of the Great Wall, hence the name. Block from Takuzu's Castle. Twin diad, but harder, and with 4 different shapes. A circle, a triangle, a plus, and a star at the end. Iron Maiden, kicking off the upper body segment from A&W. With the full version with 2 descent and an ascent in the middle, directly into Pizza Party from A&W. You gotta grab onto the crust of a pizza, not a real pizza for obvious reasons. Turn around midair, Grab onto the other side. You must do this twice. There is a rest point between this obstacle this time around and heavily ascent. 60 feet of rope you must climb. It goes from horizontal to nearly vertical. And you must press the buzzer in 185 seconds. You have 3 strikes. That's the format for this version. Versus the Phoenix has been slightly nerfed, significantly nerfed. All the glory. One of the most difficult Bartek obstacles ever conceived. It is 2 flying bar moves, on the second of which they'll have to turn the bar around. After doing the moves, they can either lachey to a moving bar or land the bar in the moving cradle, directly into the Ferrix version of the kaleidoscope. Unlike the regular kaleidoscope, you have to lachey to a cliff ledge rotated 90 degrees from the one they're holding rather than rotating the boards. And there is a rest point after this obstacle. The final obstacle standing between Yusuke and the human horizon is the golden corkscrew. 3 rings of moving or spinning corkscrews you must lachey to and from to reach the golden corkscrew in the middle. Twist it to open the gates of Elysium. Lachey back out and then land on the finishing platform at the end of this course. If he does this, he will have bested the Phoenix. He will reach the human horizon, and he will win the jackpot, which stands at $1,520,000. On top of all of this, he will become our 2nd champion. It all comes down to the prince. One athlete remains. The Phoenix lies in wait. The human horizon is just meters away. And on the other side of the road to Asgard is this man, who once upon a time became a 5-time finalist and a 2-time champion of Sasuke. He's been to this point before. This time he knows what he's up against. He has a shot to do it again. The Prince, Yusuke Sasuke-kun Morimoto. 3 minutes, 15 seconds, 3 lives on the clock. Odin, Melfini Gulegu Visku. Leipen du vod du kappa og kar til paradisar. Yusuke Morimoto, the prince, now faces the road to Asgard for the 2nd time in his career. He knows what he's up against. He's allotted 3 fails. First is ring drop. And I believe it does not give you a penalty if you fail on this particular segment. I will check to be absolutely sure. Over, under. The only new obstacle. One of the only new obstacles. He's got it. No fails thus far. No penalty. No time penalties for fails. Gotta go. There's a little bit more room for error, but not much. He's gotta move. He's gotta move quickly. Greater wall. Still on a time limit. Gotta get this on the first try or he's pretty much screwed. Got it! Block, block. Come on, Yusuke. Block, block. Kotakishi's castle. For a new personal best. I cannot recall where Yusuke failed the last time he got here. Saving on the triangle, though. Plus. I can't remember where he failed the last time. But regardless, I think he's got a new personal best anyway. The star. Get to the upper body segment. He fails on the star. He's at 1. Iron Maiden. Starting on the upper body segment now. There are 2 descending segments and an ascent. Got the descent down. Minute 16 by the time he did that descent. First, now he's got to do the ascent. Come on, Yusuke. Can he be the 2nd man to reach the untimed segment of this stage? Got the ascent. Does he have enough time? 2nd descent. Come on, Yusuke. Come on, Yusuke. 2nd descent. Not much time. He's got to move. 43 seconds. Had a little more time than Enzo did when he got to this point. Pizza party. If he makes it to Heavenly Ascent, one more slice. There's a chance. Heavenly Ascent. He's just got to make it up this 60 feet of rope. A quarter of his stamina left. 40 feet of rope, and he will reach the untimed segment and be 3 obstacles away from ending this godforsaken era. 20 feet. Come on, Yusuke. The klaxon is sounding 10 feet away. It's gonna be close. Yes! With 2 seconds remaining, Yusuke Morimoto has reached the untimed segment, the untimed section of Bifrost. I almost said Rainbow Road. Oh my god. It all comes down to the showdown against the Phoenix. 3 obstacles away from beating this course and ending this era. Only Jay Lewis has gotten to this point. If he fails at any point, this tournament is over and we go right back to square one. This segment has been significantly nerfed. Ho-Oh is gone. Kaleidoscope takes its place, but it is the Ferrix version. It is a 9. Along with this, there is an additional rest point. Come on, Yusuke. All the glory. He faces all the glory to gain all the glory. Bar spin. Only Jay Lewis has reached this point. He failed at the... No! Yusuke fails at the bar spin! Oh, God, no! And it all ends on all the glory. Oh, my God. That is genuinely a heartbreaker. We were so close to ending this era. Yusuke Morimoto, the second man to reach this point. Only Jay Lewis has been farther. That bar spin ended this tournament leaderboard. Caprioti just missed out on stage 2. Olivia Lopez just missed out on stage 3. Camargo just missed out on stage 4. Samuel Hebert, he was doing so well and he just missed out on stage 5. Jack Andrews, last place out of the top 30 that remained. Oh boy. Jack Andrews. No, Ethan Gardulski is your last shatter standing. This era continues. Your top 10. Evan White, Ryosuke Miyaoka, Ilion Sharif, Sandro Seibler, Ol Yannick, Jake McClintock, Olivia Vivian is in the top 5. Again, Jay Lewis, Shnyor Samyach, and 3 obstacles away from ending this era, Yusuke Morimoto. For my Statsman Radiant, for my co-host Donovan Luster, I have been Caleb Cole Cloud. Fare thee well. This era and the fight to reach beyond the horizon continues.